everybody. Welcome to this episode of Mission CTRL. This is your host, Ramon Peralta with Peralta Design, and we launch brands. We've got a great episode on deck for you today. Please join me in welcoming Jeanne Korman, the founder and executive director of Ruth's House. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Ramon. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Now, Ruth's House mission is to provide loving homes for young single mothers and their children. This is an amazing venture that you've begun here.
It's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible what God's been doing.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I want to talk about the gold, what we're going to talk about here. And before I do that, I do want to introduce the man on the soundboard, Mr. Jorge Pezo Candelario, our director of web development here at Peralta Design.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be listening in the world today.
Yes, so we have like global fan base. So
very cool.
I mean, this might reach outer space. I'm not sure. I mean, it is Mission CTRL after all. So Ruth, you started this organization. Before we get into that, let's talk about overcoming difficulty, because you and I were having a little conversation about that, and just perseverance. Yeah. How important is that in business, in starting a nonprofit, in life in general?
Oh, it is key. It is key. I will say starting Ruth's House from the idea to actually opening was 7 years. And within that span of time, I wanted to quit more than I wanted to keep going. It was just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle came in front of us. But it was just one of those things that I knew it was what I was supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. And so that's what kept me pushing through. Yeah. And, you know, each obstacle that you overcome, the next one becomes a little easier because you know you're able.
Right.
So
they say first comes the test and then the testimony.
Yes.
And everything we're going through is like teaching us something for that next level.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I am so thankful for those 7 years before we opened, because it helped to prepare us for everything that we were going to face. Yeah. We've been open for 1 year now, and I can honestly say that if I didn't have that time of preparation, the place would have closed within a month, because I wouldn't have been ready for what was coming.
Right. Why do you think people quit easily?
Oh, because it's so easy to quit.
Yeah.
It's hard to move forward. It's really hard, but it's so worth it to push through and, you know, make it to the other side.
And what do you have for, you know, just for strategies or for inspiration that people can hold on to? Because we see it all the time in the entrepreneur space where, mm-hmm. you know, so many people are excited about a business. They're talking with their friends at their kitchen table, talking about their ideas, and they're excited. And then when it gets down to the nitty gritty of like, hey, what are the financials? What's your business plan? What's the marketing going to look like? All the different pieces starts to get overwhelming. And we've seen plenty of people throw in the towel. And the difference makers are just hanging in there alone puts you above a lot of the competition. So what is it that, you know, people who are looking to give up, what can they use for inspiration?
Well, I would say don't get ahead of yourself and look at the whole big picture. Just take it one step at a time. You know, I've heard, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Mm-hmm. And if you focus on each day, what do I need to do this day? You can get through this day, and then the next day you do the same, and you just keep going. And I find that if I look at the end goal, it's just too big. It's too big, and I can't handle it, but I can handle each day and whatever little things or big things come in one day.
Right. They say God gives us enough, you know, to handle on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then it's like when we carry weight from the day before and the weight of tomorrow, it becomes too much.
It's too much. Yeah. It's too much when we do that. And he gives us what we need in the moment. Like, for instance, as we started this ministry, there was so much I didn't know. It was just one step at a time. And people would say, well, what about, you know, this? Or what about, where are you going to have the house? Where are you going to do this? And all of it, we didn't know up front. It was as God unfolded the plan that we knew what it was.
Did you have a lot of doubters when you first had this idea?
Yeah, I think so. And I had the few people that were around me in the beginning were awesome. And they were people that I think were there for me more than for the mission necessarily. And I'm so grateful for them because they helped to lay the foundation, and they all had skills that helped put it together. And I wouldn't be here without them.
When you felt like quitting, where did you find the strength?
In the Lord, for sure. For sure. He's my constant, where I know he's always there and he's going to get me through. And also just reminding myself that he called me to this and he's going to give me what I need. And I just need to keep going. Yeah.
And how do you know you were called to this? Was there an awakening? Did you see a light?
I know, isn't that funny? So I was a single mom of 5 children, but in 1 week I was around 3 single moms, and 2 of them were about to lose their home. And I just had this idea that, I could get a home where they can live and pay cheaper rent. And it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just one of those things that I knew it was what I was supposed to do. And I thought it would be easy at first, just get a house and call it a day, let them live there. And
sure, I'm just going to get a house.
Yeah, I know. But it's not that easy. And there was a whole lot of steps that needed to happen first. Yeah. And the whole vision of it evolved as we took the steps of faith.
I think when you're certain that it is a calling and your intentions are pure and it's like the universe conspires to make it happen, right? Did you find things start to take shape, or did you face even more obstacles?
I think there's even more obstacles because of the work God was doing in me personally to strengthen me to be able to do this. There was just more stuff in my way that wanted me to quit and not keep going because I don't know. It was just more obstacles. I had so many obstacles, and I don't know what you believe, but I believe that there's an enemy that's trying to keep us from doing what God wants us to do, and he's pretty busy trying to keep me from it. But
you kept pushing.
I kept pushing. I kept pushing.
This is awesome. We're gonna take a pause here, and when we come back, we want to hear more about your story. You teased a little bit of a single mother of 5, and just this personal mission that you have, and how you've built this amazing organization that's changing so many lives. Right when we come back, right after these words.
Ever tried paint and sip? Well, this is Paint and Kicks. Kicksmith Studio was founded by a group of sneaker enthusiasts with the goal of sharing their love of sneakers in a new and creative way. They believe that sneakers are more than just footwear. They are a form of art that reflects self-expression and culture. Their goal is to provide a fun, inclusive, and innovative space where anyone can explore their artistic side and create something truly unique. Kicksmith Studio is one of Peralta Design's most recent brand launches, and they are a great place for team and corporate events, birthday parties, or date nights. For more information, visit kicksmithstudio.com.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. We launch ratings.
And we're back. Please help me and join in with the welcoming of Jeanne Korman, once again, the founder and executive director of Ruth's House. The fans are going crazy.
I know. I've never got so much love.
The way you opened up in the opening segment, and shared and made yourself vulnerable and relatable, they love it. They love it.
Thank you.
You're very inspiring. You've teased, in the opening, the trials that you've gone through. Like it's almost like the story of Job, and you've kept the faith throughout to start this amazing organization. Share your story with us. Tell us a little bit about you growing up and leading up to this great mission that you have.
Okay, well, I don't think I need to go back to when I was growing up necessarily, unless you really want me to.
It's up to you.
I'm just thinking, so when I have 5 children, like I said, when my youngest was 3, I found out some pretty terrible things about my husband. And he left and went to prison and left me with 5 kids, no income, no job. And thankfully, I had parents who were willing to help me financially. I went back to school. I got my degree in teaching and ended up teaching for 13 years, second graders.
Wow.
So cute. Yeah.
Awesome. And you know, the inspiration behind Ruth House, you said you found yourself with some other women that were also singing. Did you have like a support group? Like, what was the early stages of the Ruth House concept?
Yeah, well, I guess going back to my story a little bit, raising the 5 kids by myself was very challenging, and my kids were a mess. I was a mess because it was abusive relationship with my husband, and I should say ex-husband. He's not around anymore. But so I was full of fear, anxiety, insecurity, and I remember going back to school and just walking down the hall to get my books and just crying and being so filled with fear that I wouldn't be able to do it. But I did. And I think I graduated with 4.0. And then I was able to get a job teaching at the school that my children were going to. And so that was just a perfect situation for a single mom to be in the building with your kids. But the first year I was teaching, all 3 of my wonderful sons got suspended. One was almost kicked out. But God's grace, he was able to stay, and he ended up getting a lot of mentors. And it was just, you know, God did amazing things through that. And my son, who was almost kicked out, is now a pastor, and he's got his 5th kid on the way. So it's just, you know, a lot of redemption in my story. And so, but like I said, I was a mess because I was so insecure, and, you know, being a single mom, it's very lonely. People that were my friends just stopped being my friends when I became a single mom. I don't understand why that happens, but I think my situation was just different and hard, and people didn't know what to do with it, so they did nothing. But, you know, God redeemed it all, and like I said, my kids are all amazing adults. They're 42 to 28 and doing really great things, and I'm so grateful. So it's a real story of redemption. And so then moved to Ruth's house, and I ended up retiring from teaching to pursue it, because after I think 2 or 3 years of having the idea and doing little things, it was really clear that I couldn't teach and do that.
Moonlighting, trying to build Ruth's house like during the summer vacation?
Yeah, and just after school and stuff, which teaching is all consuming. There's no downtime. So it just became clear. So I took a leap of faith and left teaching to do this.
That's huge.
And
you gave up that pension.
Yeah, and I still don't have insurance, so it's a real step of faith. But God's been faithful in taking care of me in it, and just everything. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, and Jorge brought up earlier the name. How did you come up with the name?
Okay, so Ruth in the Bible is a story of redemption, and Ruth's house is a place of redemption where these women come in all broken and hurting and all of that stuff, and they leave self-sufficient and more secure and empowered to live independent and take care of their kids properly. Yeah.
Did you have mentors or anyone that you sought counsel for in early days of establishing this new nonprofit?
Yeah, so I did have someone else who started a nonprofit who helped connect me with the attorneys to get the nonprofit established and do all that. I had a pastor who had established the church and knew how to go through and do the logo and all that stuff, and he helped me with all of that, which was incredible. It was just the different people that were in my path that were able to help with the different needs that we had. So, it took us a long time to get a treasurer. We could not seem to find people that were good with money, and numbers are not my thing. But now we have an incredible treasurer, and God's just provided all the people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a board of 9 people right now, and they're great. They all have a passion for what we're doing.
Yeah. And talk to me about perseverance in the sense of not rushing the process, because in our society now everything is
Yeah.
microwaved. So
Yeah.
people have short attention spans. They want things to happen quickly. You have like the Jiffy Lube.
Yeah.
Everything's quick. But you're in your story and your onboarding, you discuss the importance of taking your time with building something, and I think that's a valuable lesson. Can you expand a little bit?
Yeah, well, I think about the house itself. We could have gotten loans or something and bought a house and started, in our own strength. But like I said earlier, it would have just collapsed and it would have been a failure. But we waited on God to bring the finances. He brought in all the money. We were able to pay cash for the house and do it in the right way, so that when it all came together, we were prepared for it. So it was really important to wait, and just because you don't want to rush things, because it's going to, well, in my case, it would have collapsed and fallen, and maybe that would happen for others as well, but it's not going to be as successful. And you're going to have to go through the stuff either before or after. It's better to go through before than when you've already launched. You know what I mean? Like if we had to go through some of the things that we went through before, after we were open, it would have been a train wreck.
Yeah.
And also a lot of people would have saw it, like these women in the house they would have ended up being hurt by it.
Talk to us about the early clients, if you will. Like who were some of the first women that you helped, not by name, but just situation, and maybe share a bit of like some of the success stories. You guys are in the Valley, right?
We are in the Valley, yes. So the first woman, she lived with me with her 2-year-old son for 10 months. And she came out of an abusive situation. And she, when she was living with me, she worked 2 jobs. And we helped her establish, like understanding finances, budget, all of that. We helped her with parenting. We got her hooked up with counselors and all of that. So we did kind of a mini program on her. I hate to say that way, but after 10 months, she was able to get her own apartment, and she moved out, and she's doing great. Her son's doing great, and she is back in school to become a registered dietitian.
Wow.
Yeah, so she's doing incredible, and we're still in touch, and she's just such a beautiful, beautiful woman. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. Do some of them come back to help other women, or is there like almost like a sorority of some sort, like a community that's built?
Yeah, that's our goal. We're not quite there yet. So the one I mentioned, she is going to come back and teach nutrition to the moms. We are going to have our first graduate from the house itself next week. And part of our goal is to continue to give them help and resources, and then hopefully have them in turn come back and give back to the moms that are in the house.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Is there any association with DCF or the state, or are you fully independent? How does that all work?
Yeah. Well, DCF does contact us sometime with moms in need, but we're not really connected, and we don't receive government funding because, like I said, it's a Christ-centered home, and so it's really just run on private donations. So,
talk to us a little bit about some of the services there that it's huge, and congratulations that you're celebrating an anniversary, first year. Are there any requirements, or kind of talk us through, like if someone was in need and they were referred to you, what does that look like, that process? Yeah,
it's a pretty extensive process. There's a long application, and many people who reach out don't even get past that. So once they do that, then we meet with them, and there's background check, mental health screening that BH Care does. What else is there? Drug screening, and then we meet with them again and to establish that they're a good fit. And right now we have a waiting list.
Wow.
So, and there's a similar ministry in Massachusetts that their waiting list is over 200 people.
Wow.
So there's a huge need for it.
I think it's so I'm just so glad that you're on the show, because a lot of people don't even realize that right here in the valley, in our own community, there's this incredible need.
Mm-hmm.
To realize, it goes, under the radar, unseen. You kind of, go about your daily life, not understanding that there's so many folks who could use that.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredible to hear that you're doing this work, and people are finding you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, when you think about what the housing prices are right now, there's so much coming against these women to be able to be successful. So it's great that they can be with us, start saving money and get on their feet, so that when they go out, they're not going to fall. They have the foundation that they need then to be successful.
Successful, independent.
Yes.
Able to be in control of their own destiny.
Exactly.
It's so great to hear. You're not only, that's so great to hear, is that it's not only about giving them a refuge where they can be safe, a safe place, but also giving them the tools to be able to build their own refuge for themselves, for their children. And
Exactly.
shout out to all the single parents out there. It is an amazing feat just to do it when you do it with a partner, but doing it on your own is a whole other thing that, when that becomes your reality unexpectedly, it becomes, okay, now what do I do? Kind of starting that process.
It's really hard, and it's a very lonely time too. And that's another thing we want to establish in the home is community, where they're there for each other. So they do their breakfast and lunch on their own, but dinner, Ruth's house pays for, and they take turns cooking, and they eat as a community. And it's just a great time that they come together. And it really is a family. People go through hard times, and we're there for them, and there's so much laughter and joy and all of that as well. But it's a true family there right now.
Is there a certain demographic that you mostly attract? Is it teenage moms? Is it all ages? Is it just anyone in need? Domestic abuse?
For the most part, the ones that we've gotten, it's pretty varied, but most of them are in their late teens to early 30s is the age group. And there's a lot of people coming out of abuse, which if they're in danger, we can't take them at this point because we're not, quote unquote, a safe house. Although we don't give out the address, we don't have all of those things in place to keep them safe from that. And we don't want to put other women in danger.
Right. There's so many layers to this.
Yeah.
Did you think of all that when you started it, or you're just learning as you go?
No, just learning as I go. Building
the ship as you fly.
Yes.
That's a valuable lesson too, because had you waited for it to be perfect, you wouldn't be helping all the women that you're helping. Why don't you share some of the things that you guys need to run the home? Maybe talk about the fundraiser you had recently and any new ones that are coming up in the future.
Okay. Well, fundraisers, we have a bowl-a-thon on November 1st in Fairfield at Nutmeg Bowl, which is really exciting. So we're looking for teams of 4 to raise money for Ruth's house. We have a lot of needs. Like I said, it's just run on private donations. So, and it's pretty expensive to run a home. And so we have that. We have, we just had our 1-year anniversary, and we had a brunch to celebrate that. And so we're going to do that again next year for our 2-year anniversary and Mother's Day. And that will be on April 25th. So you can mark your calendars for that. And that'll be in Fairfield at the Scandinavian Club. So those are the 2 main things we have going right now.
Yeah, and what is your greatest need right now? Like if somebody in the community wanted to help?
Yeah, I hate saying our greatest need is money right now.
Yeah.
There are other needs. Diapers are always needed because they go through them. We do have need for volunteers to help with driving, giving rides, and babysitting at times, and general house maintenance, those types of things. So.
Okay. How can people learn more or, reach you? Or I know you guys are getting established online and social and everything. Maybe share the website and things like that.
Yeah, so we are on Instagram and Facebook. It's Ruth's House CT. And our website is ruthshousect.com.
ruthshousect.com.
Yes.
All right. And lastly, Do you have a piece of advice for anyone out there that feels a calling and doesn't know how to get started?
Yeah, just take the first step and then take the second step. It's worth it.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being on our show.
Thank you.
It's amazing work that you're doing at Ruth's house. We wish you all the best. I think, Jorge, we might have to put a bowling team together.
There we go.
Teenage bowling team.
Everybody heard that.
That's one of those things that I am terrible at, but I love anyway.
Me too.
Oh, it'll be fun though.
It's okay. Golf's the same way. I'm terrible, but I love it.
Maybe we'll get do they still do like the guardrails?
The gutters. Yes. I think you can get those at a price.
That's like the gold sponsorship level. We'll figure that out. We'll help you out with some strategy around that.
That's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, Jeanne, thank you for being here and sharing your story. You're doing God's work, definitely helping so many lives, and we appreciate having you in our community.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It means the world, really.
Thank you. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of Mission Control. Until next time, this is your host, Ramon Peralta with Peralta Design, and we launch brands.